scatter or dot plot. This is one of the method of graphical representation. It is prepared in cases in which frequency of at least two variables have been crossed. Classified of them, one variable is independent and the other variable is dependent. Okay, let us revise again. It is prepared in cases in which frequency of at least two variables have been crossed. Classified of them, one variable is independent and the other variable is dependent. Here you can see the variable which is on x-axis, it is independent variable, and the variable which is on y-axis, it is called as dependent variable, means frequency is dependent variable. The independent variable is the cause of all dependent variable. Length and width of 8 groups of pods are given in a table to draw the scatter or dot diagram where length is independent variable, means x-axis, and width is dependent variable, means y-axis. So here you can clearly understand the length which is on a x-axis and the width which is dependent on the x-axis, like this. Merits of graphical representation. Number 1, acceptability. Such a report is acceptable to the busy person because it easily highlights about the theme of report. This helps to avoid wastage of time. Comparative analysis. Information can be compared in terms of graphical representation. Such a comparative analysis helps or quick understanding and attention. Less cost. Information is descriptive, involve huge time to present property. It involves more money. Print the information more in short but catchy view to make the report understandable. Decision making. Business executive can view the graph at a glance and can make decision very quickly, which is hardly possible in case of descriptive report. Logical ideas. If tables, design and graphs are used to report information, then a logical sequence is created to clear the idea of the audience. Next, helpful for less literate audience. People can understand graphical representation easily because it does not involve going through by line of any descriptive report. Less effort and time. To present any table design, image or graph required less effort and time. Furthermore, such a presentation makes quick understanding of the information. So these are some merits of graphical representation. Some are each and everything having some merits and having some limitations. So limitations of graphical representation. So lack of secrecy. Graphical representation makes all full presentation of information, which may hamper the objective to keep something secret. Then problems to select suitable method. Information can be presented through various graphical methods, and ways which should be the suitable method is very hard to select. So problems of understanding. All may not be able to get the meaning of graphical representation. So in the previous slide we have said that it is easy to understand illiterate people, but sometimes what happens when the data becomes complicated or complex, then it is not so easy to understand even educated people also. So this is one of the main limitation of this type of data, because it involves various technical matters which are complex to general people. Then diagrammatic representation of data. In diagrammatic representation of data, let us see definition of it. Drawing designed to explain a data is the diagrammatic representation. Diagram is a design for a set of values. In this chapter, we are going to see three types of diagrammatic representation of data. Number 1, line diagram. Number 2, bar diagram. Number 3, pie chart. Okay, let us see about the line diagram. In line diagram, the data are drawn in the form of vertical lines. The y-axis is marked with items on a certain scale. The x-axis is marked with the items on a certain scale. Vertical lines are drawn from x-axis appropriate to the frequency. Equal space is given between the vertical line. It is one-dimensional as height alone is considered. As we have seen in case of histogram and all that, they are two-dimensional, but here line diagram is only one-dimensional, because here only height, not width character also considered here. That's why, and it is a very simple type of diagrammatic representation, which is called as line diagram. Just vertical, with this example you can clearly see. Here I have chosen 4 crops and their frequency, about their yield frequency and that. So here okra frequency is 40, brinjal frequency 25, tomato 15 and pea 10. So with the help of this data, suppose I want to show this tabulated data in the form of diagrammatic representation in the form of line diagram, then the line diagram will be look like this. Then number 2, bar diagram. Bar diagram and histogram are at about both are same, but the difference is that here the rectangles which is drawn on that x-axis, they are separated by a certain distance, and in histogram they are close to each other like this. So in bar diagram, the data are drawn in the form of rectangles or bars. The y-axis is marked with frequency on a scale. The x-axis is marked with variable on scale. Vertical rectangles are drawn as per the height of frequency. Equal space is given between the rectangles. The width of each rectangle should be also same. Colors or shades may be given for rectangle for better understanding. There is one-dimensional diagram. Height alone is considered. The value may be written at the top of the rectangle. The bar diagrams are of following types: simple bar diagram, multiple bar diagram, component bar diagram, percentage bar diagram. Here, look at here. This is the simple bar diagram. It has vertical rectangles at regular intervals. The height of each rectangle is corresponding to the data. The width of each rectangle should be the same. The rectangle may be given colors or shades. So it is one-dimensional. Then multiple bar diagram. It contains 2 or more bars drawn side by side. It also called compound bar diagram. Height is proportional to the data. width should be same, and equal spacing should be given as like previous simple, in case of simple bar diagram. So it is one dimensional diagram, so that with the help of this we can easily compare the data. So here this lavender color is for sales, this this reddish color is for gross profit, and this white color is for net profit. So in the these three things we have to show from the year 1974, 75, 76 and 77. So each value we have put together in case of 1974 also, 1975 and so on. So for that we have placed these bar close to each other, and each bar representing the different observation in the year of in that particular year. So it is easy to understand. So with the help of this multiple bar diagram, two or more bars are drawn side by side. So this is the feature of this type of bar diagram. Here in the 1977, the sales value is higher than previous year. In this gross profit, it is more in 1977, and net profit, which is very or too less in 1974, and it is higher in 1976. So with the help of this we can we can easily compare the data, which is quite difficult in case of tabulated form data. Okay, let's see component bar diagram or divided bar diagram. In this, each rectangle is subdivided into segments as per data. It is also called subdivided bar diagram. The height is proportional to data. The width should be same. Equal space is given between rectangles. The largest component should be given into base of rectangle. It is also for comparison. So like this we have previously seen the multiple bar diagram. In multiple bar diagram, two or more bars placed side by side, but here to show the data, the bar itself segmented into multiple form, and the larger reading put at the base, and after that so on, like this means data divided into that bar in the descending form. Then pie diagram. In pie diagram, the data are represented in the form of circle, also called as circle diagram, circular chart, sector chart, or it is also called as angular diagram, but pie chart is most common name. The partition are given different colors. It is an area diagram. It is a two-dimensional diagram. The values are added to get total, and then each value is converted into degree. So here is the diagrammatic example of pie diagram or pie chart. So these are three types of diagrammatic representation of data. Number one, we have seen the line diagram. After that, we have seen about the bar diagram. In bar diagram divided into four types. Number one, simple bar diagram. Number two, multiple bar diagram. Number three, component bar diagram. And here pie diagram. So here percentage bar diagram, or it is also called as pie diagram, like this. So these are These are some uh, types. There are other types also, pictograms like this, but for our syllabus we have to see only this much of data. So in the diagrammatic representation we have seen the line diagram, bar diagram and pie chart. So this is the example of pie chart. Okay, so let me clear here. In a we have not seen about the percentage bar diagram. Just I have put the example, but it is not in a syllabus. So we have only seen up to the simple bar diagram, multiple bar diagram, and component bar diagram like this. And let's go towards the graphical representation again. Let's revise because we have finished our chapter here. So in chapter number 3rd, collection and representation of data, we have already seen what is meant by data, and after that meaning and need of classification we have seen. Then advantages of graphical representation, its disadvantages, its types, what are the types of graphical representation, then histogram, then frequency polygon, frequency curve, what is the difference in between those, and scatter or dot plot diagram. Then merits of graphical representation, what are the limitations of graphical representation, and after that our diagrammatic representation of data and their types. Okay, so this is all about the chapter number 3rd, graphical representation of data and their types.